Let me tell you the craziest story of love, war, and betrayal that'll make your jaw drop, because nothing hits harder than when the person you'd die for turns on you. Back in the 16th year of Skyforce, the Empire was falling apart, Emperor Alex was dead, borders were burning, and the fight for the throne was tearing everything apart. That's when General Randall and the 7th Prince Christopher Graham turned to a woman named Hope, raised in the cold palace, no mentor, just grit and a fire that wouldn't die. Hope risked her life to save Christopher, fought alongside him to break the siege, and when he finally ascended the throne, he promised her the world. "Give me 4 years," he said, "I'll reclaim the lands. Unite the realm, and we'll rule together." And Hope believed him, so she put on armor, grabbed her sword, and marched to the front lines while he stayed safe in the palace. For 4 long years, she fought the ruthless Drayden tribe, beheaded their generals, pushed them back beyond Pierre Crest Mountain, and brought peace to a broken empire. She was a war hero. A queen in every way, except the way that mattered to the man she loved. When she returned triumphant, Christopher didn't greet her with honor. Instead, he brought his new concubine Natalie to her victory banquet. Natalie, a delicate woman who'd never held a sword, dared to ask Hope to perform archery like a circus act, just to entertain her. And Christopher, he let her, even when his loyal generals begged him to stop, even when they reminded him Hope had old battle wounds. He forced her to pick up a heavy bow, but that was just the start. Natalie kept pushing. She had Hope's maids beaten, stole her Phoenix Brook palace, because Hope's tough enough to sleep anywhere, and whispered lies in Christopher's ear about Hope being power-hungry. Christopher, once the prince who'd clung to Hope in the cold palace, started to believe her. He accused Hope of having an affair with General Barton, had Barton executed for speaking up, and forgot every promise he'd made. When Hope tried to warn him that a marriage alliance with the Drayden, who tortured alliance princesses, was a death sentence for his own sister Aurora, he didn't listen. Instead, he accused her of defiance, of wanting to take over the empire with the Randalls, and then he ordered 50 lashes. Hope's old wounds weren't healed, she could have died. Aurora begged him to stop, offered to marry the Drayden herself, but Christopher didn't relent. He wanted to break her, to cage the eagle he'd once admired. But Hope, she's not one to bow through the pain. She refused to admit guilt, because she'd done nothing wrong. When it was over, Christopher took her military seal, thought he'd tamed her, but Hope had one last move. She handed him a petition to abdicate the throne, their love, their promises, their years of sacrifice, all gone. But here's the twist. Hope didn't let Aurora go to her death. She swapped places, fled the palace, and left Christopher with a kingdom he didn't deserve. The man who'd promised to rule with her ended up alone, surrounded by lies. The woman who'd fought for him fought her way to freedom. It's a story about how power corrupts, how love fades when trust dies, and how even the strongest bonds can shatter when one person forgets who was there for them in the dark. If you've ever loved someone who changed, if you've ever given everything and gotten betrayal in return, this one's gonna hit close to home, because Hope's story isn't just about a queen. It's about anyone who's had to choose between loyalty and self-respect. And spoiler, she chose herself, and that's the bravest thing she could have done.